Welcome to the It's in Queens podcast. I'm your host, Jeff Simmons, and this is the only podcast that focuses on Queens, the borough that has it all. This podcast is brought to you by the Queens Economic Development Corporation and the Queens Tourism Council. They work to showcase our borough as a destination with distinctive experiences and cultural gems, opportunities for everyone who lives here, works here, or is visiting. We're right at midsummer now, and somehow half of it is already gone. It always feels as though we wait so long for summer to arrive, and then the weeks start moving much too quickly. So I've been making a real effort to get out more and explore the borough, while things are thankfully just a little bit slower. Queens gives us so many ways to do that. A neighborhood you have not visited in a while, a park or cultural institution you've been meaning to see, a local event, a restaurant that's been sitting on your list for months. And thank heavens for summer Fridays, when I can step away a little bit earlier, get outside, give myself a head start on the weekend. Sometimes all it takes is a subway ride or a bus trip or a walk through a different part of the borough to remind us how much there is to discover right here in Queens. Of course, one of the reasons there's always so much happening is the work of the Queens Economic Development Corporation, or QEDC. QEDC helps entrepreneurs start and grow businesses, strengthens commercial corridors and neighborhoods, supports local makers, and promotes Queens as a destination. And on this podcast, I'd like to shine a light on the fantastic QEDC team, the people who are out there every day working on behalf of Queens, its businesses, and its communities. This week, I want to introduce you to Andrea Ormeño. Andrea is QEDC's Deputy Executive Director for Business Services and leads the Queens Women's Business Center. Her work includes overseeing individual counseling and group programs and broader efforts that help entrepreneurs, particularly women, launch businesses, solve problems, and prepare for growth. She has served hundreds of clients and has deep expertise in startups and business development, financial and grant management, and the permits and licenses that can sometimes feel overwhelming to a new business owner. Andrea is a Queens College graduate who earned her degree in accounting, and she's a certified growth wheel advisor. In our conversation, we talk about how she found her way into economic development, what her job includes, and the programs and opportunities available to Queens entrepreneurs, and why she loves helping people transform an idea into a real business. Here's my conversation with Andrea. Andrea Ormeño, welcome to the It's in Queens podcast.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here.
You are a Queens College graduate, a background in accounting. What first drew you to economic development and helping entrepreneurs build businesses in Queens?
My passion for entrepreneurship started long before my career. Growing up in Ecuador, I watched my dad run our family-owned business. I saw the dedication, the long hours, the responsibility that came with owning a business. Watching him taught me that entrepreneurship isn't about making a living. It's about creating opportunities for family, providing jobs, and strengthening the community. When I came to the United States, I attended Queens College. I chose accounting because one of my professors shared advice that has stayed with me throughout my career. He told me that if you truly understand accounting, you will understand how business works and how you will be able to make better business decisions.
What is your role in Compass? What do you find most rewarding about the work that you're doing?
As a Deputy Executive Director at Business Services, I oversee the programs that support entrepreneurs at every stage of their journey, from someone who is just exploring the business idea to actually establishing their business. As a director of the Women's Business Center, I have two titles, where my team, I provide free one-on-one counseling sessions, educational workshops, business planning, financial guidance. But the most rewarding part of my job is in transformation. Many entrepreneurs come to us with a dream and they don't know where to begin. Watch them gain confidence, launching their business, creating jobs, and become successful is incredibly fulfilling.
And you've worked extensively with women, immigrants, minority entrepreneurs. What are some of the biggest barriers they face when starting or growing a business?
One of the biggest barriers is access. Not access to talent, because everybody has their uniqueness, right? Our entrepreneurs has plenty of both, but access is to information, financial, professional networks, and trusted guidance. Many of the people have wonderful business idea, but simply they don't know where to begin, right? So others are unfamiliar with licensing requirements. There's a lot of red tape, as we know, right? Financing options, which has become a lot harder, right, with everything, and government programs, like they're not aware of like other programs such as the MWB, right? As an immigrant myself, I understand how overwhelming it can be to navigate unfamiliar systems. That's why organizations like QEDC are so important. We help entrepreneurs understand the process, connect them with the right resources, and give them confidence to move forward. Sometimes having someone to believe in you is just as important as having a great business idea.
So you noted you wear several hats. You're also the director of the Queens Women's Business Center. Talk a little about the services that the center provides, and if you have an example of how it maybe has helped an entrepreneur turn an idea into a viable business.
Yes. One of our signature services is the Power Networking Breakfast. Also, we do in the evenings. Um, Another program that we do is we have a program that is called Expanding Successful Businesses, where we can come in and you can receive one-on-one counseling sessions, business planning, financial education, marketing. So it's a combination of everything. We provide networking opportunities because that's one of the key, right? It's like sometimes it's not um, about accessing, but it's about who you know, right? So maybe that person can help you to, there's free resources here, come here and we can help you, right? So the networking, it's incredible helpful for entrepreneurs, and of course, educational workshops. But beyond the services we provide, we help transform lives, right? But one entrepreneur I will never forget was I was living a abusive relationship. She was living in a shelter while trying to rebuild her life. She didn't feel safe there, so she was sleeping in her car while working and launched her business. And she came to us, and she wasn't just looking for a business advice. She was looking she was looking for hope and someone who believed in her. She worked with her. I personally worked with her doing her business plan, connected her with resources, help her create a path towards independence. And that experience has stayed with me because it reminded me that entrepreneurs can be completely change. Entrepreneurship can completely change someone's life. Sometimes starting a business is not much about making money, but it's rebuilding confidence, creating stability, giving someone opportunity to rewrite a new chapter in their life.
So I know how difficult it can be for me if I want to learn something new or I want to explore a new opportunity, where to start. And QEDC, Andrea, offers guidance on everything from business planning and financial management to permits and licensing, MWBE certification. So how does someone determine which assistance or program is right for them?
Yeah. It all starts with the conversation. You can contact us via phone or through our website, through inquiries. And what we're going to do is see where you're at. We will pair you with their business advisor, and the business advisor will have to complete a intake form. So to determine whether you're in business, if you're starting out a business, or if you need connections, or if you need assistance with expanding through capital, right? But once we understand your needs, we will connect you with the right business advisor.
What are some of the common mistakes? I want people to learn from this podcast episode as well. What are some of the common mistakes that you've seen that first time entrepreneurs make? What should someone do before, say, investing significant money in a new business?
Yeah, one of the biggest mistakes I see is investing money before doing enough planning. Many people fell in love with the idea, but they have not taken the time to understand their market, identify their customers, or develop a realistic financial plan. Because of my accounting background, I always encourage entrepreneurs to know their numbers. Know your startup costs, understanding your cash flow, price your products and services appropriately, and have solid business plan before making major investments.
For someone who already owns a business, uh, talk a little about the opportunities that are available through QEDC to secure financing or pursue government contracts or strengthen marketing to prepare for further growth.
Our support doesn't end once a business open, right? We help them existing businesses access to finance, strengthen their financial management, improve marketing strategies, pursue government contracting, and of course, the minority women-owned business certification enterprise.
So, of course, before I let you go, I think this is very important. I want you to tell our listeners how, say, anyone who's out there listening who is an aspiring entrepreneur or maybe an existing business owner, if they want more support, talk a little about what's upcoming. And of course, I want to make sure you give the website for people to go to so they know where that starting point is. That's always very important.
Yes, yes. So the website is www.queensny.org. And the best way how you can find that coming up events, or if you're looking for a business advisor, is through programs. That's where you can see all the list of the services that we have. We offer a lot more than counseling workshop. We specialize in food. We have a commercial kitchen incubator in Long Island City. We also have the home improvement training contracting course for someone who's handyman and would like to be its own, its own business, would like to have an own business. You can do the home improvement training contracting course. And let's say you want to start a business plan, we have also a program dedicated. It's a 60-hour extensive business plan. And recently now we offering for everyone who is starting a business, who is ready to start a business, a $50 voucher towards your registration fee. It ends in August, so you better take that.
Move quickly, folks.
Yes, before, yes. So towards your business registration, and you can go into our website, fill out the form, and say that you're ready to register the business, and we will be able to give you that $50. But ends the end of August. And
Andrea.
also, lastly, I do want to invite everyone, since I'm here, I would like to everyone to our next Women's Business Center evening networking event. It's going to be on August 13th from 5:30 to 7:30 in Flushing Bank Branch in Jackson Heights. We will be having someone talking about practical ideas to create revenue, right? As you're starting a business, if you're not making money, you have a hobby, right? So we want to make sure you make profit, because that's one of the biggest hurdles that we have with entrepreneurs who already have existing businesses, is making money. And for us, making it sales, it's a priority, because we want to see you succeed. We want to see you thriving.
This sounds like a very interesting event. Before I let you go, talk a little about what's going to take place at the event.
Right. So we have a 2-hour pack with different things that we're going to have. We're going to open doors at 5:30, where you're going to have an opportunity to network. And also we're going to be offering refreshments. So don't come, if you don't have a chance to eat, just come straight to us. We will have food for you. And as well, we're going to have networking opportunities so you can meet. Remember, having connections is so important in this industry. And as well, we're going to have the workshop presentation, which is a revenue accelerator, practical strategies to increase revenue.
And the location is on 37th Avenue at 74th Street.
Yeah, so the exact address is 3744 74th Street, Jackson Heights, New York 11372. But before you go in, you have to register through our website, www.queensny.org. Click on the calendar and go on August 13th, and then you will see the registration list.
Andrea Ormeño, thank you so much for appearing here on this week's It's in Queens podcast.
Thank you. Thank you, Jeff.
I appreciate Andrea joining us and giving listeners a closer look at the people, programs, and partnerships behind QEDC's work. And that work reaches entrepreneurs at almost every stage. Someone who's still deciding whether a business idea is viable can receive no-cost, one-on-one guidance. An existing owner can get help with business planning or marketing, registration, taxes, real estate, financing, and other challenges that come with running and expanding a company. QEDC also offers entrepreneurship training and mentoring, support for MWBE certification, and government contracting assistance for home improvement contractors seeking required licenses, and of course the Queens Women's Business Center's counseling, workshops, networking, and micro-lending assistance. So whether your business is still an idea in a notebook, has just opened its doors, or is ready to reach a new level, there may be a QEDC service that can help. You should explore programs and request assistance at queensny.org. Now, if you're looking for something else to do this month or next, we have you covered. That's where Rob Mackay comes in. Rob's with the QEDC and the Queens Tourism Council. And each and every week, he helps keep track of the borough's packed calendar and highlights some of the more exciting events, performances, exhibitions, festivals, and family activities happening around Queens. Here's Rob with this week's recommendations.
Howdy, Jeff. Well, it's time for the 10th Annual Festival of Cinema NYC. I can't believe it's been 10 years, but this 10-day event will show more than 100 independent films in thematic blocks at the Regal UA Midway, which is on Queens Boulevard in Forest Hills, 108th Street. It also includes networking parties and panel discussions and seminars and other events geared toward independent filmmakers. So that the emphasis is always on first-time filmmakers. And some of those events will go on at the Forest Hills Library, which is actually pretty close to the Midway Theater. It's just on 71st Avenue. The event, the movies include everything from features to shorts, romance, comedy, animation, New York stuff, Queens stuff, and the panel discussions are all about topics such as AI casting, film distribution, how to pitch and package a movie, and all that kind of stuff. And the parties are always very fun. There will be several dozen filmmakers and several dozen actors and other behind-the-scenes people in Queens for this whole 10-period time, which is from August 6th to August 16th. Okay, Festival of Cinema NYC. Thanks, Jeff.
That's just a sample of all that's happening in our borough. And before we go, since I've been talking about using this remaining summer weeks to explore, let me suggest some food destinations that have earned attention far beyond our borough. First, Casa Enrique in Long Island City, a longtime Michelin Guide favorite led by Chief Cosme Aguilar. The restaurant is known for regional Mexican cooking rooted in family recipes with dishes such as mole, braised lamb, and seafood prepared with bold, carefully layered flavors. Then there is Birria Landia in Jackson Heights, my neighborhood. The Roosevelt Avenue food truck earned a rare 2-star review from the New York Times, and it's widely credited with helping to ignite New York's birria boom. Those are just two very different experiences, but one is a sit-down and one is a takeout. One is a celebrated street food stop. But both offer a great excuse to visit a neighborhood, take a walk, and build a Queens afternoon or evening around a memorable meal. Now remember, the place to go and discover everything that's on the horizon is very easy to remember. It's at the It's in Queens website at itsinqueens.com. And by the way, when you visit any place in Queens this summer, take a photo, share it with us. Make sure to tag us on Instagram with the hashtag It's in Queens because your photo could become our photo of the week. My thanks again to Andrea and Rob for keeping us informed about what's happening in our borough, and thank you for listening. I'm your host, Jeff Simmons. Enjoy the rest of these summer weeks. Get out, explore when you can, and join us again next week for another edition of the It's in Queens podcast.